Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial by Zebra Code. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to use the C++ assert.h header file for unit testing. We will first create an object-oriented programming OOP application, and we will use the assert.h header file to do a unit test for the application. We will first create a class and then create an object from the class. To do that, let's open our IDE. I will be using the Qt IDE for this tutorial. This is my Qt IDE open. I have created a project here and I named it OOP Unit Testing with Assert. You can name yours whatever you like. Now, I have the main.cpp file opened and I am going to enter some C++ code. First, I will add some header files. Include IOStream, include string. I will say here, using namespace std, int main, return 0. Once again, for this tutorial, we will create a product class, then create an object of the class and run a unit test on it. Let's declare our class here. Class product. Let's add some public attributes. Adding class attributes. String item name. Int item number, double item price, int quantity, double total. That's fine for now. Let's add a default constructor to it. And let's add a destructor. Destructor. Now, to access these class attributes, let's add some getters and setters. I will leave a comment here. Void set item name string p underscore name this item name equals p name. String set string set item name, return item name. We can do the same for the next attribute. Void set item number, int p underscore number, this item number equals pay underscore number, that is product number. Int get item number, return item number, semicolon. This one done. The next one, void set price double pay underscore price, this item price equals pay underscore price, semicolon, double get price, return item price, semicolon. The next one, void set quantity int pay underscore qty, this quantity equals pay qty, int get quantity return quantity. Okay, let's scroll down one more, void set total double pay underscore total this total equal pay underscore total double get total double get total. I will create a new variable here for cost, double cost equals item price multiplied by quantity, return cost. So for this method, double get total, we have a variable here, cost, and it's of data type double. So cost is equals item price multiplied by quantity, and return cost. Great. Now we have the setters and getters for our class attributes set. I will leave a comment here. End of class. Now, in the main section of our application, we will create an object of this class. Now, let's create an object of the product class. Create an object of the product class. Product asterisk computer. This is a pointer to the product class equals new product. Now for our object computer, set item name. I will call it Acer laptop computer. Set item number 55001. Let's give it a price, computer. Set price 1350.99. That's per unit of computer. Computer set quantity. Let's enter 2 here for now. Now let's print out the information. Print out the product information. Say out. The product name is computer get. Okay, there was a typo somewhere. We don't have get item name here. Let's check our code. Okay, there was a typo here. This should be get item name. We have set item name here, and we should have get item name here. So that was a typo. Apologies for that. Now we can say computer get item name. That's right. End line. Next, let's get the item number. See out. The product number is get item number. End line. Now let's get the price. The product unit cost is get price. End line. Let's get the quantity. The quantity is computer get quantity. End line. One more, we'll get the total cost because we set quantity to 2. So that will be quantity multiplied by the unit cost. The total cost is computer get total. End line. Save it. Now let's build and run our application. Great, it was built successfully. Now let's run it. Great, it was run successfully. Here it says the product name is Acer laptop. The product number is 55001. The product unit cost is 1,350.99. The quantity is 2, and the total cost is 2,701.98. So that is quantity multiplied by unit cost. So that is correct. This is just the OOP part of it. Now let's look at the unit testing part of it. I will close this one. We created a class and we created an object of the class. In other words, we created the product class and we created the computer object from the product class. Now that we are done with the object-oriented part of it, let's do the unit testing part. To do that, we will need to add the header file assert.h. Include assert.h. Now, let's scroll down. Here, as part of the class, we will add some methods. Now, let's write a unit test to find out if the amount is correct. check that the amount is correct. Declare the amount function, double the amount, double qty, double price. Return qty multiplied by price. Now use the assert function, double check cost. Assert the amount, this, get price, comma, this, get quantity, equals, I'll put here 28701.98, return check cost, semicolon. Let's scroll down. So here now we are going to check if the price is 28,701.98, which is not the case. This is false. So let's call this function in our main part of the application. I will leave a comment here. Cout computer check cost, end line. Save it. Now let's run our code. Great, the assertion failed and it says here expression 28,701.98 and the total cost is 2,701.98. So that is why the assertion is failing. The total cost that it is checking against is not correct. So now let's close this one and fix that error. Let's scroll up. If we change this one out to 2,701.98 and run it. Great, now the test passed. This is the true cost. It's not returning any assertion failure error. We'll close this. So that is one way of using the assert header file with OOP application code. So there is one thing with the assert.h file. When you are using it, it runs one test at a time. So now let's comment this one out and write another test. Now let's write a test to check the product number. Int the item number, int return this, get item number, semicolon. Now let's check it with the assert function. Int check item number, assert the item number, this, get item number equals 59501 semicolon, return check the item number. So we are going to check now if this item number is correct. We have here 5501, but we have here 595001, which is not the same. So let's print it out. See out. Computer. Check item number. End line. Save it. Okay. Now before we run it, let's comment this one out, because we commented that function out in here. So now let's run our code. Exactly as expected, the assertion failed. The product number is 55001, but here we have the product number as 595001. That is why the assertion is failing. So if we correct that one, it should pass. Close this one. Now I will remove this one here so that it reads 55001. Let's run it again. Exactly. Now the test passed. It's not failing. I'll close this one. Let's do one more test to check whether the product name is correct. Let's comment this one out. And let's comment this one out. Okay, now let's write our test case. We'll leave a comment here. Check that item name is correct for the product. String, new item name, string, item name, return item name. Now check the item name with assert. Bool, check item name, assert, new item name, this, get item name, equals, old computer. So here we are checking to assert that the item name is called old computer. Is that actually our item name? Our item name is set to Acer laptop. So if we run this code now, normally it should fail. Now let's print it out. See out. Computer. Check item name. End line. And let's save it and run it. Exactly. Assertion failed. It says here expression old computer. The product name is actually Acer laptop. So I'm going to close this window. Now let's change this one to the right name. Acer laptop. Save it. And let's run it. Exactly. It is passing. Let's close this. But one thing here is we have this data type as bool. We could change it to something like a string. Let's save it. Let's run it again. Great. It passes because that is the correct item name. I'll close this one. So we can run one last test there. I will comment this one out. Assert new item name, this, get item name not equals empty, return check item name. So this time we are going to check that the item name is not empty. Run it. Great. Sadly it passes because the item name is not empty. We have Acer laptop there. I'll close this one. What happens if we leave the item name empty? We'll delete this, save it, let's run it. Exactly, the assertion failed. The product name here is empty, and here we are checking to see that the product name is not empty. I'm going to close this one, and if we undo it now and bring it back with the product name set to Acer laptop, let's run it once again. Exactly, as expected, now the assertion passes. The unit test is not failing, it is passing because the product has a name. We'll close it. So this is how you can use the assert header file for your unit testing when you are working in an OOP environment. There is a lot more that you can do with the assert header file when you are writing OOP code in C++. So once again, there is a reason why you should use a framework for your unit testing in C++. We have seen now that for us to write our unit test, we have to write it one after the other, comment the first one out, and run the next one. But if you are using a framework, you can report results, you can run multiple unit test cases, you can reuse your code, and you can report code coverage. Unit testing is also quickly and easily done with a framework. So in my next video, I will be showing you how to use a framework to do unit testing in C++. I hope you learned something from this video. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye for now.